There's only one thing worse than finding out for years your pops had a secret other family. It's finding out that that secret other family might be better than the one you grew up with.
More crab cakes, Calvin?
So this is how rich people have breakfast. You know what? When I get home, I'm kicking that whole Aunt Jemima to the curb.
So adorable. Just like your father. When I squeeze you, it's like squeezing him.
You know what? Instead of giving me a uncomfortably sexual hug and thinking about Pops, how about you just tell me more about him? I love hearing about my dad. Well, our dad, our parallel dad.
He was just so human. He was never afraid to admit he'd made a mistake.
Well, if it isn't my full-breed half-brother.
And clearly he made some.
So, is this your plan now, Calvin? Come around, eat our crab cakes, take over the family, steal our mom?
It's just a visit, not an invasion.
Come on. You're part of the majority minority. And majorities, even if they're partly minorities, just take what they want without regard to consequence. It's what Dad did with Mom. It's the reason I'm here.
I think cheap liquor and a lack of birth control is the reason why you're here. No offense, Mom. Parallel, Mom.
Why should I be offended? Actually, that couldn't be further from the truth, and I am completely offended.
While I was dealing with the politics of family, Jimmy was dealing with the politics of politics. He was in the middle of his campaign against Chicago's super ex-mayor Nicholas Kane. With Kane leading the polls, Jimmy's campaign manager, Veronica Farright, was doing her damnedest to turn Jimmy into, well, a man of his people.
A study has shown that most criminals and most economically disadvantaged people of color have one thing in common. Silly names. Your Majesty, Iridescence, Toyota, Infamy, Dollar Bill, Urethra. You want to take a bite out of crime? Let's chew off some of these silly names.
What about Condoleezza? You call that a normal name?
Mr. Ex-Mayor, I've been polite with you. Listen to you try to talk the talk. But I think it's finally time for me to hit the R button.
Yes, Jimmy, that's it. Talk about race.
Republicanism.
I don't know why I bother to lift my head.
Republicans are the party that freed the slaves. All of you all be out singing your hip-hop songs in the field if things were left to the old school, creaky, tired ways of weak-kneed, bleeding hearts like Nicholas Kane.
I'm dying.
That's right. Your liberal, bleeding heart is draining you of life. Y'all need to... Oh, you mean literally.
People say once you get married, life gets dull. The people who say that, damn sure ain't married to my wife.
Can I run a tour group of African sightseers through your barbershop?
Tour group of Africans. Shouldn't you be trying to save your failing hotel?
Well, actually, Dana and I partnered with Big Tricky and Naboo, and they've gone a long way to helping us.
As a security guard at a local hotel, Big Tricky was able to redirect some Nigerian tourists from where he worked to Jen and Dana's urban bed and breakfast.
We would like to check in. Get your asses down to the urban bed and breakfast.
So Big Tricky's got all these Nigerians staying at your bed and breakfast? That must be terrible.
Oh, no. Nigerians are very nice people. Clean and they pay in cash. Oh, they're nothing like those Tanzanians.
No, I meant it must be terrible for you that Big Tricky and the Boot saved the business.
They didn't save the business. They may have the customers coming in, but I have the ideas that keep them coming back. I'm going to take the tourists on a historical landmark tour of the neighborhood.
What historical landmarks do we have in our neighborhood besides old gang graffiti?
So, this is the Barbershop where Martin Luther King got his haircut before getting hosed down by the Skokie Nazis. And it's also where R. Kelly got trimmed up before, you know, the video.
R. Kelly? Dr. King?
We have to put up with this shit? Where the hell is Calvin?
Calvin can't be bothered right now. You know he found out his father had a parallel family, so he's off dealing with family issues.
Another mojito?
Thanks, Mom.
Jennifer, you're lying to these good people.
I'm just painting a slightly more colorful picture of Chicago for their enjoyment. Now, if you'll come with me, I'll show you the spot where Chicago gave birth to Motown Sound.
Since leaving the motherland, even though he'd had sex with any number of women, including Jen's gynecologist and a woman who, quote, had a coochie tight as shrink wrap, it wasn't until he laid eyes on a Nigerian woman that Yinka found himself truly in love.
Smells like Teen Nubian spirit. Hernandez?
Never mind what Jen was selling the Nigerians. Truth is, local celebs occasionally came into the shop to get tightened up. Hernandez was a star right fielder on the best baseball team in the city and married to champion figure skater Missy Starlight. They were the celebrity Chicago couple, and Fernandez used to be Yinka's client. Not anymore.
My dude looks tight. Man, I can't get this look on the road. Isaac, how about you travel with us? Maybe you can cut hair for some of the other guys. Be our personal stylist.
You're serious?
Give me a call if you're interested.
Hey, That was my Fernandez. You were here. He needed a cut.
You stole him from me.
It's not a woman. It's a customer. Besides, your bitch chose me.
Why are y'all salty? What's going on?
What was going on with Isaac? Isaac had it for Terry, but Terry had it for her drug counselor, James, who gave her something no other man did. Something to hit. And jealousy's got a way of working a young man.
Why are you in my business? Shouldn't you be taking a hot comb to your boyfriend's ball sack right about now?
The cord on my hot comb is frayed like my last good nerve for you, motherfucker.
I see how this is going to be.
As Terry says, retribution is one that fucks one's mother.
You just say something about my mama?
I feel horrible. I killed a man.
I know you didn't kill him, and you can't blame yourself. Unfortunately, you were the closest to him when he died, so now the whole ward thinks you're like Schleprock. Bad luck, bad news.
Maybe I should make a gesture. Meet with his widow. Give my condolences.
That's actually very smart. Express your sympathies. Perhaps offer to use some of her husband's ideas if you get elected. It could go a long way with the voters. So you do have some political savvy. You know, Jimmy, you impress me sometimes.
Maybe you're just attracted to me.
Smart and funny. You're gonna have a great career.
We missed you at dinner last Sunday.
I had some other plans.
Oh, that means you were at that hoe's house.
I was at Dad's parallel wife's house.
I think that's what I said.
They're real good people. They're stress-free people. It's nice to spend some time around family that puts me first.
You don't think we're concerned about you?
You can't let Pop's secret other family keep you from being all the strong black man you are.
Keep me from being a strong black man. That's Mom talking. Mom told you to say that. She's manipulating you.
Calvin's only saying that because he knows you've always been my favorite child, baby.
Really? Because I remember one time you said I was nothing but a drunken mistake.
I don't recall that.
It was at his 7th birthday party. In front of all his friends, right before he blew out the candles on the cake.
It was just some negative sounding things I said to help make Derek strong.
Classic May Palmer move. What she's doing, that's called being passive-aggressive. And she wants to kill my joy, but she doesn't want to feel guilty about it. So you have Derek do it. So Derek, tell Mom she has a problem. She needs to say something about it to me.
Mom, Calvin said if
Calvin, it hurts me you'd rather spend time with your other mother than me.
Wow, that's a new one. I don't know that move.
It's sincerity. Sincerity with a hurt only a mother could know.
Hold up. That's not sincerity. That's emotional manipulation.
I remember that. When I was 9, I forgot to get you a Mother's Day card, and you guilted me into a year of foot massages. My little hands hurt.
And if your little hands couldn't get me a Hallmark card, they deserve to hurt.
With the Nigerian tours, Jen proves she can handle her business. But getting one problem out of your life just makes room for new ones.
Get thee behind thee, Satan, and do not be tempted with his foul temptations. You look like you could use a little Jesus in your life, not God, brother. Take a tablet. I can't add it to you. Hey, get back over here, you heathen, and respect the word of the Lord.
Excuse me. Hi. I couldn't help but notice you're scaring the Nigerians. Could you possibly do your little act elsewhere?
This ain't no little act. I'm saving souls, you faithless fornicator.
Well, that's not very nice.
You call yourself a man of God? That's rude.
Now, I just told you that.
You don't include me with him. I'm not some kind of evangelical jerk. I'm a godless atheist.
Right. So, you're crazy.
Crazy for Jesus. Well, come on in, come on in. Would you shut up?
Jesus Christ.
It's low.
Oh.
Yinka, what the hell is this?
Why do you automatically assume I had anything to do with it?
Because this looks like some voodoo nonsense you would do.
Voodoo. And because it has any kind of spiritualism, it has to be the African. Sorry, Isaac, I don't believe in voodoo.
Actually, Yinka did believe in voodoo and practiced it often.
I realize you're upset, but even if you do put a voodoo curse on me, we still only accept in-store exchanges on merchandise.
Receive. You always wanted to be a celebrity barber, so you stole my customer. If Calvin was here, he'd never let this stand.
Get over it. And the next time I see some voodoo shit around my booth, me and you gonna have something to talk about.
Ooh. I'm going to need more chicken bones.
We out of Barbershop. We running low on product.
Haven't got my new hot comb yet. Can't use this one. Calvin needs to get on these vendors again. Where's he at?
You know he's dealing with family issues.
Another mojito?
Thanks, Mom.
He been dealing with family issues every day this week. I haven't had a minute to spend with Claire. Calvin needs to handle business.
Nah, man, I got it.
We appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is a business issue.
Nah, man, it's cool. Calvin been taking me with him, you know, teaching me how to deal with vendors and shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, I'm Calvin's number 2. So all of y'all need to bend to my corporate will or otherwise expect the ass whooping. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all bitches after lunch.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Yinka.
Vivian.
You're Nigerian, yes?
Yes.
I know this may seem a little strange, but I'm having a difficulty with a coworker, and I'd like to resolve it with the Vundan curse.
I don't believe in such things. You know, I would expect an American to hold such ignorant beliefs. But you?
I sincerely apologize. I have been around some narrow-minded people, having lived in America for so long.
You've been here long? Have you met Oprah? I think she is the incarnation of Chineke, the goddess creator. And one day, she will unite all the people of the world with her weight loss programs and free car giveaways. You don't happen to know Oprah, do you?
Oprah? Are you serious? All she does is call. I'm like, Oprah, give it a rest. Would you like to have lunch and talk about Oprah?
Woman, come now.
It's my husband. I must go.
Woman, do you hear me?
But I can't
come.
Yes.
And right then, Yinka was hit with a horrid realization.
She is married?
And right then, Yinka was hit with another horrid realization.
If I'm ever out with her and I run into Oprah, I'm in trouble.
Another mojito?
Actually, you know, I think I need to be heading back, checking the shop.
You really are like your father. He was always about work and responsibility. He didn't know how to relax.
He didn't really have time to relax. He was at the shop 24/7. Although I suspect 12 out of those 24, he was probably here.
When I first met your father, he was fairly repressed. It was like he was afraid to be himself.
I think I got an idea where he got that from.
Catch up on your peas. What makes you think you could sit down at the table after a hard day's work and use whatever condiments you like? We will not have loose use of condiments in this house.
See, my mom was all about being strong and ready for anything.
Well, that's why he liked being around me. When he wanted to talk, I'd listen. And when he wanted to hang out, we'd just hang out.
It's real sweet.
Eventually, I got him to cut loose those sexual inhibitions. And he became my star student.
Huh. I grew up with this convenient belief that my pops never had sex.
We didn't have sex. We fucked. Fucked, sometimes 3-4 times in an afternoon. We'd head for the bedroom, just do it on the floor.
I think what Mom's trying to say, in the most graphic way possible, is Dad was happy here. He raised us to be non-judgmental.
It's hard to be judgmental with your second family.
I'm not saying our situation was exactly traditional, but we had a lot of love.
And good fucking.
And too much information.
And love. And this is your family, too. And we're here for you whenever you need to be somewhere people aren't judging you.
Oh, no. According to Jim, there will not be any according to Jim in this house.
So this is my house.
Baby, pick up the remote and dial on over to UPN.
Cuts. Oh. Can I get another one of those mojitos?
Sure.
Meanwhile, Jimmy met with the widow Kane. The plan was for him to make nice in front of the cameras, get in and out in 2 minutes.
Mrs. Kane, you have my sincerest condolences. Of course, I'm going to cancel the second debate, and I will use some of your husband's ideas once I'm elected.
For a guy who's not normally a people person, Jimmy did real well. Unfortunately, he wasn't in and out in 2 minutes.
Well, if your husband's ideas wasn't so damn stupid, I could be more specific about which ones I'd use.
You're a kiss-ass dilettante. My dead husband could beat you blind with one arm tied behind his back.
Well, too bad he can't beat me from under 6 feet of dirt.
And who says he can't? I'm not taking his name off the ballot.
Fine, and I'm not canceling the debate. Won't you see how well Drop-Dead Kane does when the public has to choose between a corpse and a guy who can actually attend a city council meeting?
I think I need to show you out.
Don't bother. I'll find my own way out.
Down the hall, left at the grandfather clock, through the garden, and out the gate.
And which way at the clock?
And right when you think your marriage is getting a little dull,
We have a crazy ventriloquist religious atheist nut in front of our bed and breakfast.
What?
A crazy ventriloquist religious atheist nut. You gotta do something.
Me? It's your bed and breakfast. I don't ask you to come down to the barbershop and sweep up hair. Just call the police.
I did. But as long as he stays on the sidewalk, he's on public property.
I don't know what else to tell you.
I think you want me to fail. You haven't even been down to see the bed and breakfast yet.
Sweetheart, that's not true. I just don't have time for your puppet troubles right now. I got family issues to deal with.
Why do you need beach towels and sunscreen to deal with family issues?
You want me to catch melanoma while I'm working out my problems with my kin? If anybody wants somebody to fail, clearly it's you.
Excuse me, Mrs. Kane? Do you know you have 4 grandfather clocks in this house?
Eddie, I feel like I never see enough anymore.
It's Calvin. He's gone all the time, and I gotta mind the shop. I can't be in 2 places at once. I'm not Calvin's dad.
Well, you need to make some sacrifices for our relationship.
Because sacrificing all my friends to be in a relationship with a he-she wasn't enough?
Okay. I tell you what, I will make you a big old plate of your favorite baked chicken if you promise to come home early Friday evening.
Baby, I wouldn't miss that if the shop was on fire.
With Terry backing him up, Ramadan was in the process of applying his business skills with a couple of my deadbeat vendors, Your Majesty and Toyota.
What's up with the combs and shit?
You must know what's up with the comb. And shit. We out of combs. And shit.
We paid for some motherfucking combs.
We out of combs. But we can get you some fresh shit. They got the disses down good.
Your Majesty and Toyota did have their disses down good. It was a skill they picked up during their short-lived rap career in the early 80s.
You got a box of combs sitting right there. You gonna play like you don't? What do you think, I'm a dumb blonde or just blind?
Maybe you just a stupid bitch. Maybe you just a fake blonde stupid bitch.
You know what? It's about to be my foot, your coochie.
Chill. That ain't how you handle business.
That's right, McGilla. Calm your little angry negress right on down.
Terry, hold my shit.
Yeah, you know what? If you go back to jail, you don't want your bling getting caught up in cop storage.
Oh, damn, that. I don't want my shit getting stuck up in this bitch coochie where I throw the shit a motherfucking beat down.
Yeah, man. Check it out, man. I love how you do the hair. You work good with your hands. Very steady. They never shake.
Thanks, man.
So, I got something else I want you to do for me.
Oh, cool. Ah, shit, man. I think his curse worked.
Can you inject me right here? I do it myself, but that's a hell of a reach.
Is this what I think it is?
Well, I hope you think it's steroids, because I ain't one of those diabetic insulin junkies.
But steroids gives you an unfair advantage.
A nuclear bomb is an unfair advantage. But you don't see America passing out to all the other countries to level out the playing field? And the Senate investigates us for being unfair? How fair is it a bunch of old white guys make the laws?
Can't argue that.
Isaac, you get to hang around ball players and get paid good on top. Are you gonna let some bullshit ethical argument stop you from making some extra cheddar?
But it's not all about the money, man.
What about the groupie pussy?
And the private sector will then have the incentive to step back into the community and provide for the needs of the people. Now, if I may move to another point.
I'm sorry. Your opponent's allowed a 2-minute rebuttal.
Say what? My opponent is dead.
Your opponent is present. And the rules stipulate he has 2 minutes rebuttal.
Fine. Let the dead guy talk. This is going over 2 minutes, so just come to the point.
Excuse me. Could someone please help me with my hair?
Well, we got one girl who does ladies' hair, but she's not here right now.
Please sit down.
I'll help you.
Well, you know how to do women's hair?
Put Terry's hot comb to it. Straighten it some. Hair as lovely as this, it'd be no more difficult than tending to a garden.
Unfortunately, Yinka had never tended a garden.
Hello?
Guess who can't make it to dinner? Because guess what's on fire?
You have me baked chicken for you all day while you hang out at the barbershop, huh? Well, I got something for you, Eddie, and it is not the mangina.
Meanwhile, Jen was dealing with her puppet apostle problem.
But the Bible says, let not the wise man boast of his wisdom.
Sorry, the complete text implies, if you're gonna boast, boast you know the Lord. I know you, God. I will boast until all the heathen see the light.
You damn puppet. You're made out of wood. Just like the cross. Jesus was nailed to your ancestors, you little Christ killer.
Oh, would you be quiet?
I don't need your help, heathen. Snyder, Lord. Hit her with that leprosy. Oh, Lord, why hast thou forsaken me?
And back at the shop,
Told you all to keep your hands off my goddamn hot comb. You couldn't keep your hands off the hot comb?
unfortunately, small as it was, Claire didn't believe there was a fire at all.
There you are. Well, I hope you like phones, because that's all that's left.
But baby, a fire! How is that my fault? Even the insurance industry recognizes a fire as an act of God.
And unfortunately, right then, Yinka walked in.
Just came back from talking with the insurance company. Can you believe they don't consider hot comb fires an act of God?
Unfortunately, Eddie left the chicken bones in an ill-advised location.
Yinka.
Kick his ass. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mean it. It was self-defense. I think I'm going to hell.
Unfortunately, nobody cared.
Kick his ass.
Hey! Y'all bitch ass employees. Somebody need to hold my shit, because it's ass whooping time. Motherfucker.
Hey! What the hell are you people doing? Are you insane? I get a call from Jen talking about some severed puppet head. I thought she was nuts. She's not nuts. Okay, maybe she is nuts. But y'all are nuts too. Tearing up my pop shop. Y'all are the most irresponsible, undependable.
All right, everybody stay where you are. Detective Ahana, Chicago PD.
Oh, God. Are you happy now? Hold my stuff.
We're not looking for you, ma'am. We don't really have a puppet hate crimes division.
Okay.
We're looking for Romadol. You're under arrest. You assaulted 2 women, and that is a violation of your parole.
Hey, hold up, man. I need somebody to hold my shit. Hey,
dang.
Watch out for the stun gun.
Romadol. I figure a guy like that would be Secretary of State. Guess you can't judge people by their names, can you?
No.
Romadol's going to jail. Your wife done assaulted a puppet. The shop is going to shit. Calvin, where the hell have you been?
Another mojito?
Thanks, Mom.
Calvin,
Mom, be careful of the water there. It's slick.
are you okay, baby?
Do I look all right? Does anything look all right?
Oh.
I really messed up this time. I spent so much time trying to get caught up with Pop's other family that I let the shop fall apart. And this is gonna cost a fortune to fix. There's no way I can afford it.
The insurance.
Nah, the insurance is not gonna cover this.
No, baby, I have supplemental coverage on the shop. Derek was able to get it for me through his insurance company.
You never told me you had special insurance on the shop.
Parallel insurance.
Why would you have insurance on the shop?
Why wouldn't I make sure that my son is taken care of? We're family. Now, you had to know we'd look out for you. Maybe not always with hugs and fancy cocktails, but baby, family is family, and family never lets family down.
Does family forgive?
Baby, there's nothing to forgive. And don't let your other family go either. There's enough of you for all of us. I love you, Calvin.
This is good. Some more of your emotional manipulation to take the edge off. Good call.
Get over here. I miss my boy.
Damn, this is kind of like real emotion. I've never had real emotion with you before. I don't know what to do.
Me neither. And I'm starting to panic.
Shine the light of God's love on me. Shine the light for all to see.
We're taking it from the streets of Chicago to the suburbs of California with the new Showtime series Newsweek.com calls the most talked about comedy in ages. Check out Weeds, coming up.
And set him free. Turn the night into day. Let his love lead the way. Shine the light of God's love on me.
Why hast thou forsaken thee?
His love, oh, sets us free.
Life, like the weather and actor Tom Sizemore, can be unpredictable.
I'm your sister.
While I was getting to know my pop's secret other family,
Give Mommy a great big hug.
I left Ramadan in charge of the shop.
As far as I see, I'm like Calvin #2. So all of y'all need to bend to my corporate will.
Ramadan handled the haircutting business the same way he did everything else.
Terry, hold my shit. I don't want my shit getting stuck up in this bitch coochie when I throw this shit a motherfucking beat down.
By whooping ass. Now, that was a violation of his parole and landed him back in jail. And in a roundabout way, it was my fault.
Ain't your fault, man. You wasn't around, this is what happened. Just like my pops. He wasn't around and I went to prison. So really, you like the father I never had all over again.
I'm gonna get you out of here. In a legal way.
Here's a tip. Before you promise to get somebody out of jail in a legal way, find out how much it's gonna cost.
$250,000 to get Ramadan out of jail? I'm an urban black man. It might as well be $250 million.
And an executive job at a Fortune 500 company.
No, Calvin, you will get the money. I'm willing to forgive that you haven't even set foot in my urban bed and breakfast yet, but I cannot forgive you doing nothing to help Ramadan.
Now, Ramadan was my wife's kin, so I had to tell her not to worry about Ramadan because I knew exactly what to do. I lied.
I have no idea what to do.
It's bad, but it could be worse.
Yeah, that's for sure. Did you get all that weed he had hidden out of his apartment?
Yeah, he had like 5 pounds at his joint.
5? Ramadan told me he had 6.
Why don't you come over to my place and weigh it? What happened to trust? What? What are you looking at? Don't stare at me like I'm acting out the paranoid.
Calvin, judge set the bail.
$250,000.
That's outrageous. That's another example of the white man's justice system keeping us down.
The judge isn't white. She's black.
Black judge who sold out, moved to the suburbs.
It's Judge Williams. She lives up the block.
Calvin, we all help in our own way. Mine is to blame the system. Now, if you ain't buying what I'm selling, I just go fetch Claire and we go have some lunch.
Lunch? It's 11:15.
You against everything I stand for, aren't you?
Oh, look who it is. Mr. Big Time himself. Hey, you got clients waiting. Did he just give me the shush finger? He did not just give me the shush finger. I'm gonna kill him.
Well, if you kill him when you get to prison, tell Ramadan I'm working on it.
Holla. Oh, I'm sorry. That was just one of my ball player clients.
Ooh, ball player clients. You know, Isaac has ball player clients.
Big time pro athlete haircutter and Yinka client poacher.
He's all hair brother to the stars with himself.
Well, it's 11:15 in the morning, and I've got the only customers here. So, you come with me.
Calvin, are you gonna let him talk to us like that?
Well, I'm in a bad way for cash right about now, so yeah, you're gonna have to shut up and take it. And since you're gonna have to take about $250,000 worth of Isaac's talk, you might want to invest in some earplugs.
How well do you really know Jimmy James?
He said my ass was GED educated. My ass is Vassar educated. I chose to be a sanitation worker. I'm serving my city. Has Jimmy James ever served his city?
I used to work with Jimmy James. I was there when whatever other people say happened, happened. And whatever it is Jimmy said really happened, didn't. It's a lie. And you know it's a lie because I'm telling you it's a lie. I wouldn't lie about lying.
He killed ex-Mayor King. I don't care what the autopsy revealed about hardening of the arteries. If Jimmy James's meanness and general rude nature cut short Kane's life by as little as 60 seconds, that's murder.
This ad paid for by Garbage Can Collectors for Truth, a non-profit organization dedicated to stopping Jimmy James before he kills again.
You just had to be antagonizing to everybody, didn't you?
The haters. They're just jealous of my success.
Jimmy, you are running a distant second in the polls to a dead man. I think we can eliminate jealousy as a motive.
Right. We should start looking at envy.
We need money. We've got to start running some of our own ads. You don't have access to any money? Rumor has it that your old boss, Alderman Ray, used to keep a slush fund.
It's possible. Now, he was a Democrat, and I understand Democratic mistresses are not cheap, despite the fact that they shop at the Gap. If he did have dirty money, I don't know anything about it. Sorry. Jimmy James does not do dirty politics. I will only accept clean money. So you get your ass on the phone and see if you can get in touch with somebody from one of them big tobacco companies. That's what you do.
Speaking of making money, Isaac was making serious cash in his side business, injecting local pro ball player Fernandez Hernandez with steroids.
And Isaac, you sure get that little pricker in and out of my ass smoothly.
Yeah, if you're gonna say that out loud, could you possibly phrase it, Isaac, you have a way of injecting me with steroids that causes no pain?
Semantics. Look, Isaac, me and some of the other guys want to thank you for stepping up and helping us get that unfair advantage. So we're giving you this prepaid credit card. It's not much, just $10,000.
$10,000 isn't much?
Sorry, sometimes I forget I'm talking to regular people, not stupid rich pro athletes. I gotta get to the stadium, but after the game, we'll go somewhere and celebrate, all right?
Mr. Hernandez, there goes the greatest guy ever to cheat at the game of baseball.
I still had no idea how to get Ramadan out of prison. jail. So I figured it was time to have a talk with my lawyer, Leonard.
Ooh, wow. Okay. All right, you want him out of jail.
Then I figured it was time to get a new lawyer, like my old enemy, Leah Robinson Jr.
You want me to be your lawyer? You want my help? It must be so hard for you to swallow your pride.
Not really. I'm more concerned about Ramadan.
But I tried to sue you just because I thought you chased off my boyfriend. This has got to hurt some.
Look, if you can help Ramadan, that's all I care about. And if you can get a mostly innocent man out of jail for a fee, isn't that why people become lawyers?
I became a lawyer to twist your balls in a meat grinder. I wanted to carve you from your flesh and screw what was left of you.
What the hell law school did you go to?
You're back again.
I wanted to come tell you goodbye. We'll be going back to Nigeria tomorrow.
I'm going to be going home later this year. Maybe I could see you.
I would love to. Except I'll be dead.
Lord, are you ill?
No, nothing that bad. I'm going to be stoned to death for disrespecting my husband.
That's terrible.
I guess that's why they're stoning me to death.
No, the stoning, that's the part I meant was terrible.
But it's the law of our people. And they've promised me they'll use little stones.
You still be dead.
When you're facing flying rocks in your future, you really try to be as optimistic as possible.
But it's not right. Does the Nigerian Tourist Commission know about this?
I've been allowed to come say goodbye to my family. I'm at peace. Very at peace now that I've been able to say goodbye to you.
Wife, come now.
I have to go. I cannot disrespect my husband again. They might switch to bigger stones.
And as Isaac's pockets got swollen, he got even fuller with himself.
Help you? Yeah, man. I'm looking for some new gear that expresses who I am.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Isaac. I'm Isaac. I'm a guy who got a credit card from his buddies with a 10 grand limit.
Oh, that Isaac. Why don't you step away from our 2 for $5 bracket? Let me show you our all sales or final specials. And we can ice out that watch for you. Also, if you have any other body metal, nipple posts, genital cuffs, we can ice those out for you, too. Oh, like I'm the only guy that's got iced out genital cuffs.
Where's that Isaac Bryce?
Where's that Isaac Bryce?
Where's that Isaac Bryce?
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear words they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind.
Welcome back, cowboy.
Damn, Isaac, it's about damn time. You got customers waiting.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm being a little more selective about my clientele now.
This is a barbershop on the south side. We don't have clientele. We have customers. Two kinds. The ones with cash, the ones with excuses.
Excuses? Look, my lotto number not coming in for 1,763 weeks is not an excuse. It's a fact.
I'm not cutting that.
You're not cutting them because you're standing there with your lips flapping. But as soon as they stop flapping and your little fingers get to moving,
Cal, I've been bringing in big talent. Willing to pay top dollar, and you get a piece of it. You're lucky I'm still cutting here at all.
You're right. Go. I don't deserve all of your good fortune. So get out.
I don't care. Got a lot of rich ball players on the west side that are begging for it. And they're paying me for it, too. And all the regular cutters are usually Tutti Fruttis. I got places to go.
While Isaac was sent looking for work somewhere else, Leah worked her legal magic with the prosecutor.
I will place your balls in a metaphorical nutcracker and snap them like dry walnuts.
What the hell law school did you go to?
I got the prosecutor to recommend bail be reduced to $50,000. The judge refuses to bring it any lower.
No, 50's better. Still a hell of a lot more than I've got. What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're smiling.
I'm smiling a little.
I'm in a bad way and you're smiling?
Calvin, how long have I been plotting my payback against you? That just supposed to go away? Come on, I'm working on it. I'm smiling on the outside, but hurting on the inside. Actually, I'm smiling all around. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go buy a pretty dress to celebrate my joy.
Why did Johnny Cochran have to die?
And then I told him, I don't want your stinking job anyway. Who the hell needs it? I don't need it. What do you think of that?
I want you to poke me in the ass.
You take steroids too? I mean, of course you do. Being a former champion athlete yourself and all.
Missy had been a champion skater until she stunned the world with her controversial nude short program at the Lillehammer Olympics.
I want you to make my ass say your name.
I was really hoping you took steroids too.
A lot of people can't handle my sexuality. Can't you handle my sexuality?
Can we talk about sexuality while your ass isn't in my face? Look, Mrs. Hernandez, you're married to Mr. Hernandez, the guy that hooked me up. And he's a big leaguer. He ought to be able to satisfy you.
Let me put it like this. Steroids and sterile are two words that don't just sound alike.
Ooh.
Oh, Isaac. You're years younger than me. I'm married. You're friends with my husband. This couldn't be more exciting if I was your mother.
While Isaac was hitting it on one side of town, Terry realized that was exactly what she was tired of doing on another.
Go ahead, baby. Lay it on me.
I don't know. This just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Well, what, you want me to expose some more flesh? I got a shiny new hammer set from Home Depot that's got your name written all over it.
It's like it's not new and exciting anymore. I hit you, you scream, I punch you, you cry, I smack you, you bleed. We've just gotten into a rut. I want a relationship that's about more than welts and bruises and lying to the angry nurse at the clinic who won't take my medical card. All this really is, I'm taking out my frustration on you because there's somebody else I got it for.
So it's over. Can I at least get a hug? Could you at least mush my trachea a little harder into your collarbone?
Okay, I gotta go.
Not being able to get Ramadan out of jail, that was starting to wear on me.
I feel like hell. I had a chance to make a difference in Ramadan's life, and I didn't. See, but that's the thing, especially with black people, we gotta stand up and fight for what's right no matter what.
No matter what.
Well, you can't just sit back and watch bad shit happen. You gotta go out and make a difference. You gotta be proactive.
Even though society may say otherwise, and there could be repercussions.
So society used to say that slavery was right. Jim Crow was right. But you gotta be bigger than society, like Nat Turner was, like Malcolm X was. Even Jesus, who we know was secretly black. Even though it didn't really work out for any of them personally, they still managed to change the world. That's gotta count for something. There's a time to sit back, and there's a time to stand up and fight for what you believe.
Yes, some change, not sit, fight.
You know, Yankee, you might think about taking up some English classes between cuts, maybe at night or something, because your subjects and verbs are refusing to agree.
The time for proper English has passed. It is now time for action.
Yankee was right. It is time for action. Eddie, all the stuff you talking about, blaming the system, teach me. Clearly, you and your bank have demonstrated a pattern of discrimination against blacks. If you don't hand me some money, I will sue you, and you will be known in the headlines as the U.S. racist bank and loan.
Yeah, I think you need to speak with our loan manager.
I wonder how many people at this so-called bank even know what it's like to be discriminated against, Ms. Littlefeather, if that is, in fact, your real name.
It is.
You know, for a bank, you all have a real aversion to hiring white folks, which I could bring to the attention of the media if I do not get what I want.
Mr. Palmer, have you considered just applying for a loan?
Sounds too easy. What's the catch?
No catch. But for a $50,000 line of credit, you have to put up collateral, like your business.
Oh, shit.
Man, I can't believe it, dog. You actually came through for me.
I said I would, and I did.
Put up your business to cover my ass, man. You a good dude, man. Real. You know it's wild, man. I'm thinking if I hadn't robbed and whooped ass and done all that bad shit, I would have never gone to prison. Jen would have never helped me out, and I would have never met you. So it's like me doing bad shit was a good thing.
Yeah, except for all those people that got whooped and robbed, this was damn near a blessing.
You know, if I ever have a kid one day, I hope he fucks up so he can meet somebody like you.
My people, how is everyone?
Jimmy James, back in the barbershop. You must be lost. You take a wrong turn at Step and Fetch It Drive.
Eddie, I will happily take any cracks you throw today as long as they are wrapped in 10s or 20s. As it turns out, I'm just a little bit shy of my financial goal. And so I thought to myself, Jimmy, even people completely ignorant of the political process can still understand that campaigns don't pay for themselves. So I'm gonna set this here, you know, and you all can contribute at your leisure, you know? You'll be on the honor system. I I will be damned. Out of all the people in here, I surely did not expect you to be the first one to step up and support my bid for city alderman.
No, that's not for your campaign. That's for your funeral. After they assassinate your ass like they did Harold Washington.
Assassinated? Really? No, because I always heard that Harold Washington died of natural causes.
Harold Washington was murdered. And he always knew it was gonna happen. See, he used to babysit me as a child. Talked about his fears all the time.
Oh, well, I'm gonna be mayor one day, and as soon as they can, they're gonna get me and make it look like an accident, natural causes.
I'm trying to watch Little Rascals. Steinman can't get Algebra the mule out of the rich boy's car.
My God, son, you'll never learn anything watching TV. Now be quiet and let me teach you how to blame the system for everything.
Harold Washington was like a father to me. And all of Black Chicago loves Harold Washington. So in a way, all of Black Chicago loves me. So, you better take me seriously while you got the chance. They poisoned Harold.
Poison?
Yeah. City employees did it. They had access to his food.
Why would city employees kill Harold Washington?
They were afraid of a black man having so much power.
Aren't most city employees black?
Well, clearly, they were brainwashed.
Come on.
Didn't you see the Manchurian Candidate? If they can brainwash Denzel, none of us are safe.
You're crazy.
Crazy? Or brainwashed?
Back in Isaac's world, he was about to get a rude awakening that his newly developed lifestyle of balling out of control didn't just apply to his bank account.
Something terrible's happened. Fernandez found out we had sex.
How did that happen?
It was my fault. We got in a fight and it slipped out. I'd made him breakfast. He said the eggs were a little runny. I said, fuck you. I fucked Isaac and I fucking loved it. And he didn't believe it, so I showed him the tape.
That tape was for us.
Isaac, I wish there was something I could do.
You can tell your husband the truth. You can tell him that you talked me into having sex with you after confessing to me he couldn't get it up.
Isaac, I wish there was something I could really do. Oh. Actually, there is one thing I can do. I should warn you not to go back to your place.
I think the lesson here is never roid up a guy and then get him pissed at you.
You stole my woman! You stole my woman!
Hi, checking in.
Sanctuary.
I want you to know, I'm a married woman. There will be no sex.
This isn't about sex. We'll hide out here until we can get you political asylum. I won't let you go back to Nigeria to be stoned.
You're saving my life?
Yes.
Maybe there will be sex.
With no job, no place to stay, Isaac figured he better max out the team credit card for whatever cash he could get. But Hernandez was one step ahead.
Guy, give it up. Just let me run it a few more times. You know how these little magnetic strips, they get messed up sometimes.
The magnetic strips get messed up. My aid check is coming next week. Western Union messed up my MoneyGram. You see what all these stories have in common? Me not caring.
But my story's believable. A pro athlete gave me $10,000 for making his ass feel good. I'm just gonna go back to swiping.
And while Isaac was in the middle of a financial crisis, I got a call to handle a Jen crisis, which happened to be the first time I'd ever been to her bed and breakfast.
Hey! What the hell is going... Damn, this is the slick lobby. Is that a baccarat chandelier?
It is, but I didn't call you for a tour. I called you to get hectic with an unruly visitor.
Jan, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
What? Not my sister for once.
Oh. What's going on?
You're about to see some ass whooping. That's what's going on.
The gentleman is being rude to our staff of two and disturbing the other guests at our otherwise quiet urban bed and breakfast.
I'm here for a reason. I'm looking for a woman.
It's not that type of hotel, bro. Is it?
My wife. I'm trying to find her.
And you're yelling at my wife, so you see how that can be a problem.
Oh, it'll be a problem when I go at that ass.
You are hiding my wife.
No one hides here, sir. If anything, our customers boast about the amenities and the excellent customer service we provide on a daily basis. In fact, word of mouth is our best advertising.
I think what these ladies are trying to say through shameless self-promotion and threats of violence is that you made a mistake.
I'll be back.
And I'll be back to get that ass.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I handled that.
Yes, your uncanny ability to repeatedly threaten a man's ass has once again saved the day. Now, if you want to be a real help, would you please go fluff the Egyptian cotton towels?
Unbelievable. You guys have Egyptian cotton towels? And this guy walking in here just causing problems for no reason?
Well, actually, Calvin, I need to talk with you.
Oh, shit. Yanka, damn! You got another man's wife hidden away? I can't believe... Is that a duck's bed? Jen really knows how to hook up a room.
Yes, and yes. You might want to sit down.
You have taken nonsense to a whole other level. Me sitting down is not going to change it. Whoa, that is comfortable. A pillow top standard in every room?
This may take a moment to explain.
Take your time.
To the point, Vivian was going to be unjustly punished for a crime upon her return to Nigeria. I couldn't let this happen.
So you hide her away in a bed and breakfast. Good plan.
This was your idea. You told me to be proactive and to stand up and fight for what's right, like Jesus and Malcolm X.
See, this is a perfect example of the nuances in language. Remember that English class that I told you to take up? That would help you understand that I was speaking in metaphor. Now, if you know hyperbole, I would only assume that you know metaphor, too. My metaphors are very, way, mucho grande hyperbolic.
All too often, I mock Americans for what I consider to be the ills of your society. And then at times, I'm reminded that mine is no better. As you say, black people have to stand up and do what's right, no matter what the cost. This is not hyperbole. This is a call to arms.
Really got to limit my conversation to the weather and sports news. And are my eyes deceiving me? Are those L'Occitane soaps and lotions in the bathroom?
$25, $26, $27, and this tin makes $37.
What about that check that Eddie wrote us?
It's not a check, Jimmy. It's a coupon for 50% off at Popeye's Fried Chicken. We're in serious trouble, Jimmy. Are you sure Alderman Ray didn't have any, unreported income set aside that we could tap into?
There is no other money.
Well, maybe you can get an endorsement. It's the only way. Is there anyone you know with some type of clout that you could ask a favor from, no matter how much it may cost you personally?
Harold Washington was like a father to me. And all of Black Chicago loves Harold Washington. So in a way, all of Black Chicago loves me.
Ah, shit. Detective Ahana, what's up?
Calvin? I'm looking for Ramadan.
Oh, he's not in yet. In fact, about 90 minutes late.
He had a hearing this morning he didn't show up for. We think he's on the run.
I hope to God you're kidding.
Driving around in a police car, cracking jokes on the city's dime. Why don't I just rip up the Constitution while I'm at it?
She's not kidding. She's not kidding as much as possible.
Look, if Ramadan's on the run, I forfeit my bail money. I put up my business as collateral. The bank can take my shop.
Can't trust criminals. I've heard it all before. If you give me a break, I'll go straight. Give me another chance, I'll never do it again. Stop. Your chokehold is making me pass out. Lies. All lies. I'm heading up a fugitive warrant squad to look for Ramadan.
We're talking about my shop here. The hell with the police procedure. We need some vigilante justice. Terry, all you little angry, bitter, can't get a man girlfriends, get them on the phone. Time to get a man. Eddie, go over to Target. Buy up all the tiki torches.
Look, I just want you to relax, all right? I'm gonna find Ramadan, and you can be damn sure I will get him. Dead or alive.
Does either one of those affect my money?
Later that day, while Detective Hahana was out looking for Ramadan, Isaac was looking for a safe place to stay.
Hey, Mr. Big. I'm having a house party. You can introduce Shush Finger to Fuck You Finger. Oh, look at that. It's a double date.
Terry, I was an ass to everybody. I know it. I always wanted to make some dough and be somebody, and the minute I did, it went straight to my head. I'm sorry, but I got no money, I got no place to go.
I'm sorry, too. You can't stay here. You know what hurt the most? All of us at the shop care about you so much, and the way that you treated us, and I love you. And I know that because I feel like shit.
And right then, Isaac realized success is nothing if you don't have someone to share it with.
So what happened to you?
And right then, Isaac fucked everything up.
I accidentally had sex with Fernandez's wife.
Explain to me how you accidentally freak somebody's wife. Because Terry Jones has had a pussy for a lot of years, and I don't think it's ever just accidentally hopped down on some dude's dick and started fucking it. Except almost right now with you, but that's not gonna happen.
Terry, can we talk about this inside, please? I think Fernandez is following me.
What, so we can have another accident? The guy you punk can come in here and accidentally kill me trying to get to you? Terry Jones doesn't accidentally get killed for somebody else who's paying for the sins. So you can take your accident-prone dick off my doorstep and keep it moving. But Terry, I need one more thing. When I said I loved you, that was an accident too.
Right when things look real bad, that's when you get hit with a little bit of hope. I got a call from the cops that Detective Hahana had found Ramadan.
Lieutenant Pasternak? Yeah. Calvin Palmer. I got a call that Detective Hahana found Ramadan.
Well, yes.
She found him? Hell yeah, she got her man.
Well, no.
No?
Yeah, that's right. I had sex with a fugitive, and you know what? I love him. I love Ramadan Dupree, and I'll never turn him in. Never. I love you, Rami. Call me.
shit.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear words they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind.
We're taking it from the streets of Chicago to the suburbs of California with the new Showtime series Newsweek.com calls the most talked about comedy in ages. Check out Weeds, coming up.
I don't hear words they're saying. Only the echoes.
Oh, shit.
You ever have one of those days? For me, today was one of those days. Of course, it didn't start out completely insane. It started out relatively normal. With me in jail.
It's love. That's all there is to it. Love, love, love.
I don't get it. You're a cop. You went to arrest the guy and you fallen for him and let him go? You were supposed to arrest Ramadan for jumping bail.
Calvin, letting Rami go...
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
Look, it's a long story. Long and complicated with many twists and turns. Let me try and explain it to you.
That's your long and complicated story? You find them, you fuck them?
What's complicated is my life has always been about rules and regulations, and now I finally found a man who has freed me of all of that.
Woman, you're in jail. The only thing he's freed you of is your freedom. And if I don't get him in front of a judge, I can lose my shop and my wife. I haven't even told her that I put the shop up as collateral for Ramadan's bail.
It's sad the two of you don't have a more honest relationship.
Yeah, I'd feel bad for me too, except I'm not the one wearing an orange jumpsuit. And when we're done talking, I get to go home.
I'm sorry, Calvin. I can't turn Rami in. I'm having his baby.
You just had sex with the guy. There's no way in hell you can find out if you're pregnant already.
No, I don't mean I'm having his baby right now. I'm gonna have Rami's baby when I get out of here in 5 to 15 years. And with time off for good behavior in the year 2012, I'm gonna be a mommy.
On behalf of the department, I apologize for Detective Pahana.
It's not your fault, Lieutenant, but I'm desperate. If you guys don't find Ramadan, I'm gonna lose my shop.
All we can do is pray.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'm serious. Right now, let's pray. Let's get Jesus on the case.
What I was just coming to find out, not only was Lieutenant Pasternak one of Chicago's finest, he was also the founder of the department's evangelical crimes unit, Cops for Christ.
Hands up in the name of the Lord!
I'm not sure I'm comfortable praying for Ramadan's arrest. I was hoping that good old-fashioned police work and paying off crackhead informants would do the job.
Well, sure. Let's leave it up to deduction, or science, or some other kind of pagan ritual. I'm sorry that my spiritual beliefs in a just, loving Christian God and intelligent design is somehow interfering with your secular lifestyle.
Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and pray. Let's ask God to take some time off from trying to feed the hungry and see if he can't drop a dime on Ramadan.
That's the Holy Spirit. Amen. Now, don't you feel better knowing that we have God on our side?
And is God going to allow for that additional 30-minute head start that you've just given Ramadan?
Let's pray and find out.
Isaac?
Not sleeping in a public place, officer. I'm just resting my eyes. Or is that against law now, too?
Isaac, it's Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Isaac, too, was having one of those days. Isaac had had sex with the wife of Fernandez Hernandez, a big league ball player he'd been injecting with steroids. Fernandez Hernandez found out about the sex.
Isaac, I wish there was something I could do.
Now Isaac couldn't go home for fear of being a victim of roid rage.
What's going on, girl? What's going on with you? I'm sleeping in an alley.
I'm not sleeping in an alley. I'm just kicking it with my homies.
You tell Joe Frazier, quit trying to get up in my ass.
He had a bad experience involving ESPN.
He had a bad experience involving the Crystal Meth Channel. Isaac, if you need help, you can stay with me.
I tried that. I came to you for help and you turned your back on me. Look at me. Look at what I've become. And no, it's because of you.
Isaac, you came to me for help 28 minutes ago.
It's not the length of the fall. It's how hard you hit.
Come on. We're gonna get you cleaned up. I'm gonna burn these clothes. Damn, when you fall off, it's like your parachute didn't open.
Jimmy James was running for alderman. Jimmy James was losing the election to a dead guy. So Jimmy James went to Eddie Walker for help. See, Eddie was like a surrogate son of the late beloved Chicago mayor, Harold Washington. Most urban Chicago homes had two pictures on the wall, one of Jesus and one of Harold Washington. And Harold was usually hung slightly higher than Jesus. So if Jimmy was gonna have a chance in hell of winning the election, he was gonna need Eddie's help.
I have to admit, when you first told me that Mayor Harold Washington hadn't died from a heart attack, but in fact had been poisoned by city employees who had been brainwashed for reasons that you can't explain, I was a bit skeptical.
Why? Yeah, why? If a similar attempt could be made on Ukrainian President Viktor Yushchenko, why not Harold Washington? Unless you think white European diplomats are the only ones worthy of dioxin poisoning. You goddamn self-hating black
church. Exactly. But I think your very reasonable brainwashed city employees' food poisoning theory deserves investigation.
Man is always perpetrating.
Isn't he, though? But I can only investigate that. That's from a position of power. Say, alderman from this ward. But I need your support at my rally tonight as the surrogate son of Harold Washington.
Well, if you got the guts to speak the truth, I'll stand by your side and I'll tell the world to vote for you. Because you'll tell the world that Harold Washington was poisoned.
Right. But see, there are all kind of people out there who don't want the truth to be known and would do just about anything to stop us. So instead of being too obvious with our intentions, maybe you should just stand there next to me and say, Harold would want this. And give a thumbs up.
Oh, and after investigating Harold's murder, maybe we should expose how crack and AIDS were put into the ghetto by the CIA to bring down the black race.
Sure, but first, Harold would want this. Thumbs up.
Harold would want this.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Meanwhile, much like me with Ramadan, my wife Jen was having some fugitive problems of her own. Yinka had fallen in love with a married woman who was supposed to be stoned to death in her home country of Nigeria for disrespecting her husband. Yinka wasn't about to let that happen and hid the woman out in the B&B.
Now, I tried calling various humanitarian organizations to tell them Vivian's rights were being abused, but when they found out we offer 24-hour room service and Godiva chocolates on the pillows, they just laughed. Although Amnesty International might book their spring retreat here.
Damn tree-hugging liberals, they're nothing but fucking talk.
Dana, if you don't mind, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to listen to my wife.
Sorry.
I have to do something. Those two can't hide out up there forever.
So kick them out.
So they can drag Vivian back to Nigeria to have her killed.
If I ever need sanctuary, remind me not to hide out in the barbershop.
She's blind. She's very cute here.
This is so bad.
It's okay. I'm learning to live with it.
I am talking to my wife. Look, if you want to help out, why don't you cock your super ears to the wind and see if you hear Ramadan out there calling somebody bitch.
Now, why don't you just get to I told you so? You knew I would mess up the business, and it did.
Baby, you can't feel bad. Running a business is hard.
Wow. You just went right for it.
No, I said not to feel bad because things played out the way I expected.
Sounded like I told you so to me.
You butt your ears out?
No, I can't believe you. I try to make something that's mine, and you don't even bother to come down here until there's a disaster that you can snicker at quietly to yourself. It would have been really nice, just a little support. You used to say that I was your rock. Well, where's my fucking rock, Calvin?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just took a shower and you didn't have any clothes that fit me. So I do 138 push-ups to warm up. But then I started to overheat, so I just rubbed some baby oil all over myself, you know. I guess I'll just hang out like this for a little while.
Actually, it's okay for you to go home. I took care of Fernandez.
You took care of it. Fernandez is a roided-out athlete. I mean, your ass is bad, but it ain't that bad.
Actually, Terry hadn't gotten physical with Hernandez. She'd gotten clever with him, dropping a little something off in Hernandez's place before making an anonymous call to the cops.
What's the big deal? So I do a few steroids.
We're not here about steroids.
Smells like DC spice.
There's some pseudoephedrine.
Fernandez. Wish there was something I could do.
I had that half pound of Ramadan's weed I broke off, so I thought I'd put it to good use.
I thought you broke off a pound of Ramadan's weed.
What the hell? I'd throw you a favor. You can't show me any trust. I mean, come on. All right, I kept a half pound. It was good stuff. Anyway, it's safe for you to go home.
Okay. I guess I'll just grab my clothes and go.
We're gonna have sex, aren't we?
If you're ashamed to waste all this baby oil.
Well, you're gonna need to wear a condom. A condom with spermicide, and I need to put in an IUD, diaphragm, sponge, cervical cap, and I need to take a pill, and a morning after pill, and a sugar pill because it has a placebo effect.
Well, I hope you brought your earthquake kit, because I'm about to rock your world.
This is not a joke. Terry Jones' shit is pure.
And if you use all that stuff, your shit might be more pure. Like, this is your first time. It's supposed to be special.
I'm so scared.
I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to feel like this is good and this is right. I want you to know that you are special. And I love you.
Your husband's still there. I can't believe they want to stone you for disrespecting someone who treats you so horribly.
Oh, no, I'm not to be stoned for disrespecting him. I'm to be stoned for disrespecting my first husband.
First husband? What? How did you disrespect him?
I killed him.
Killed him? By accident?
It was very much on purpose.
In self-defense?
I stabbed him in the head 37 times, then once in the gut to clean off the knife.
Because he had been abusing you.
Because he'd been asking me so many fucking questions. Now just stand there while I finish making snacks.
I'm sorry. What are you cooking?
Stop asking fucking questions!
What questions? Oh, shit. Can I go? Oh, fuck. Then she asked me, where's her fucking rock?
Jen said
the F word. And she picked up a boulder if Calvin didn't help out and Calvin didn't support, and she crushed me with it.
Well, I'm sure you wanted to be there for her.
What I wanted was my wife back so bad that I forgot that Jen's a person and she might have a couple of hopes and dreams and she could use some help getting to them. But I tell you what, God ever gives me another chance to help Jen out, you better damn well believe I'm gonna be there for her.
What up, Cal? Looking for a hookup?
Malcolm, right now I got issues on top of issues and I don't need you adding to them.
I'm not trying to get hooked up. I'm looking to hook you up with Ramadan.
You know where Ramadan's hiding now?
Yeah, for damn sure. The last place anybody be looking for a brother.
This is definitely about the last place I'd look for you. Aren't you afraid someone's gonna spot you?
Man, these people can't find weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. How they gonna find one more nigga in Chicago? So how you been, bro?
Surprisingly good for a guy who's about to lose his shop because a guy he helped out skipped bail, but thanks for asking.
Dog, up until I met you and everybody at the shop, man, I ain't think nothing about spending time on the inside. How I'm gonna go back up in the joint now after you show me what it's like to have real friends and family? Once I've tasted the delicious chill of ice-cold gazpacho, man, I ain't even know real love until I met Detective Hahana.
She says hey, by the way.
Oh, until I said what up.
I was hoping you can tell her what up on your next conjugal visit, because I'm gonna need you to turn yourself in.
I can, man. I can't face life back on the inside. I ain't never no fear until I had something to lose. It's the first time in my life, man, I'm scared. I know I put you in a bad spot. So if you want to turn me in, I ain't gonna stop you.
Shit.
Excuse me, I just wanted to remind you to vote for Jimmy James in tomorrow's election.
Thanks, but I already know all about Jimmy James.
No, for real? I think they're taking chances with the courts. I mean, look at O.J., Kobe, Jason Williams, Michael J. The pendulum's all swung and shit. I mean, what's a brother got to do to get himself convicted? I think it's just a man's damn conspiracy to take away a brother's ability to get street cred.
Man, be perpetrating, man. I mean, this shit be making me so mad, I be wanting to kill somebody, but then I would just end up back on the street, so it's like, what the fuck good would that do?
Exactly.
Did you know that Jimmy James supports after-school programs for inner-city kids and wants to increase the liquor tax to help pay for drug and alcohol counseling?
And he wants to reintroduce the light rail to both assist low-income breadwinners on their commute to work, as well as decrease city traffic and its associated pollution. Dog, I've been up in here for a minute, man. It should be rubbing off on the nigga.
All this time I thought I knew Jimmy, and I really didn't know him at all. He actually wants to help people. If I can help him get elected, he can do me a secret insider cronyistic favor and help me save my shop. If y'all excuse me, I've got an election to influence. Meanwhile, Jen was getting creative with trying to help Vivian.
Yes, I would love to get off your back and call Bono, but I don't have his effing number. Hello? Hello? I've tried Habitat for Humanity, Red Cross, Rights Watch. Nobody wants to touch this.
Hell with them. We need Oprah. It's right up our alley. An abused woman, a man to hate, and it probably happened to her. All we got to do is slap on a Maya Angelou poem and we got an hour of fucking hugs and tears.
I think the best thing to do is to declare this building a house of worship, which carries with it an implied sanctity recognized the world over. What? Urban, urbane, they're not mutually exclusive. Now, who do you know who's ordained?
So, how do you feel?
Even though it's no longer pure, my shit has never felt better. Sex between two people with 3 or 4 levels of redundant, fail-safe contraceptives is a wonderful thing. Let's do it again.
How about let's call it a day?
What? That's how it is? You just have sex with me and then you toss me aside? Typical virgin pussy hunter behavior.
Sweetie, you gave me the best loving that I ever had. You like the damn Energizer Bunny. You just kept coming and coming and coming. But you have to understand, you've been saving up for 23 years. I just fucked a woman 3 hours ago. Before I knew how much I loved you. But I am spent. Let's just lay here and dig on each other. Being with someone isn't all about just the physical.
When you're in a relationship, you can have sex or just chill with somebody?
Yeah.
Why isn't everybody in love?
Meanwhile, Vivian's husband was stepping things up trying to get his wife back.
My wife is being hidden away. Do something!
I noticed you're wearing clothes that are odd looking. Exactly what religion do you practice?
I'm trying to take my wife home, where she will get the stoning death she deserves.
Stoning? Well, that certainly sounds biblical. I'll look into this.
A group of local city employees had been running a bunch of real nasty anti-Jimmy ads. Basically, they were killing him in the election.
Jimmy James, wrong for the people, wrong for this ward.
If I wanted a shot in hell at getting Jimmy into office, I had to talk those workers into backing him.
Jimmy James.
I'd have an easier time negotiating peace in the Middle East.
Okay, I see there might be some strong opinions regarding Jimmy.
Jimmy James is an ass.
That's good. Instead of holding that in, let's get our feelings out. Okay, you know, we might want to dial those feelings back a bit.
Yo, Jimmy James is a straight-up stooge, sellout punk for the man. He can kiss my ass.
I thought you were coming along to help.
You for Jimmy? Oh, shit, my bad. Yo, Jimmy James, he's getting all 4 of my votes.
Okay, I know at times Jimmy could be a punk. He's a rude jerk. He's a straight-up stooge for the man.
Are you for Jimmy or are you against him? Because you got 4 real confused swing voters over here.
What I'm saying is, Jimmy James may be rough, but he's rough enough to fight for you at City Hall. He's an asshole, but he's your asshole.
Jeez, he's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, what did he ever do to you?
The way you talk about him, I'd vote for him out of sympathy.
Yeah.
Really? Well, he's an asshole, cocksucking, motherfucking son of a bitch. Now let's get over to this rally for support. So,
Is that the question?
I was stating my interest in what you're cooking.
I'm not cooking. I'm making some spiritual incense that will lift us to a sacred place on the wings of love while freshening and deodorizing. It will also smite all of our enemies. Then, when we are done smiting, if you're still hungry, we can go to Red Lobster.
I'm starting to think you might be a little crazy.
You don't know how tired I am of hearing people say that.
Fortunately for Yinka, the cops were just about to raid the bed and breakfast. Unfortunately for Yinka, Jen had finally figured out a way to stop them.
Get thee behind thee, Satan. Blasphemer shall not set foot in the house of the Lord.
Why are you standing here? It is just a ridiculous puppet.
Wait a second, Mr. Jesus Hater. I think you need to hear the word of the Lord as delivered from the mouth of his little wooden prophet. Preach, puppet, preach.
Jimmy, that the word is out and the donations are rolling in and your approval rating is up. And when Eddie gives you his blessings, you might have a shot at winning this.
Thanks to all your help.
Oh, thank you. And I was starting to think there weren't any good men left in politics.
Friends, tomorrow's the day, election day. It's a tough choice who to vote for, I know. So let me introduce you to a man who I hope will make that decision a little easier. A man who, for decades, has been a part of the very fabric of this community. A man who I affectionately call Harold Washington's surrogate favorite non-biological son, Eddie Walker.
Kind of a weird thing watching Eddie and Jimmy together, the past and the future colliding. And the thing that was really tripping me out, both of them had been part of the Barbershop. Maybe it seemed like all we did at the shop was cut hair, but we were also the center of the urban universe. And that was about to change the city. It would have, except for one thing. Those city employees I'd brought around.
It's happening again.
Just say it.
Say what?
That thing that you wanted to mention to the people about how Harold would want this.
Harold wouldn't want this. No, Harold wouldn't want any part of this. No, nobody in their right mind would want any part of this.
You don't know, he's just a little low blood sugar. You know, just somebody get this brother a plate of food. Let me just, here you go.
Poison food! Don't you try to feed me! Don't you try to feed me! You are part of the man's conspiracy! Don't eat the food! Please! For the love of God! Don't eat the food! Put your plate down and live! No! Without it, let's one man to this! Put down the food!
What time I packed the eggs?
You can eat the food! Damn it!
What's all this?
It's the congratulations on your run for office.
I lost. I'm gonna lose.
You tried. People are always going on about how to make things better, but all they do is talk. You didn't just talk, you got involved.
I'll tell you what's impressive. If I got my ass kicked by a bucket of ash, I'd be damn near suicidal. But there you are, just sitting there.
I'm sorry I freaked out on you. I actually ended up having 3-4 helpers of that turkey tetrazzini. Now, if it was poisoned, it was poisoned with deliciousness.
It's not your fault. Some idiot hadn't brought all those city employees to my rally. I blame the man.
He is always perpetrating. But what you should know, though, man, is that we're proud of you. The next time you need our support, we're not gonna wait till the last minute. I'm there for you. I got your back no matter what. That's a promise. All right?
You stood against the odds, and you tried to do right, and you showed that you care about people. Jimmy.
Not yet, I haven't.
Excuse me.
God, help this heathen see the light. Speak through me, Lord.
The Lord doesn't speak through you. I speak through you.
Shut up, you atheist blasphemer.
If there's a God, then prove it. I'm gonna take my hand out your ass and let's see you talk on your own.
Go on, puppet. Speak the word of the Lord. Show this non-believer the truth. My God, there is no God. Storm the place!
For God's sake, please take off your shoes!
Yinka, are you ready to fly away with me on the wings of incense?
I'll be right there, my love. Angry cops with guns and an insane woman, or a 3-story drop. I'm jumping.
I knew Joe Frazier trying to get up in my ass. You crazy now?
It's the Virgin Mary, and she's black.
It's supposed to deodorize.
Oh my God, am I fucked up?
Hey, look who it is. The guy who lost an election to an urn.
My bad. I was just about to throw out your next opponent.
This is a check I've made out to the Municipal Employees Pension Fund. So thank you for all you do for the city.
Hey, Jimmy.
You collect trash for a living. Shake my hand, you just get dirty.
Must the ironic ones always suffer so?
This is the condom I gave you before we had sex. It's not open. You didn't use it?
Why bother? I mean, I thought the thing would melt with all the chemicals you put up in your coochie. Come on, you spermicide.
The spermicide was past the expiration date. I mean, I didn't think I'd use it. I didn't bother to restock.
You had a sponge.
I used a sponge to clean up. I mean, I just kept coming and coming and coming.
Hope your doctor did a good job fitting the diaphragm.
They have to be fitted.
Okay, come on. What are the odds of you getting pregnant?
5 to 1. I had an actuarial table drawn up for this kind of mishap.
5 to 1. How many times do we have sex?
8.
Hey, where'd you run off to?
Just something I had to do.
Yeah? I'm proud of you. The way you handled this campaign, how hard you worked. I don't know what it is about you. I mean, you lost the election, but you're not a loser.
You know why? Because for the first time in my life, I did an unselfish thing.
Yeah.
All the campaign contributions I had left over, I took it and gave it to the city employees.
You gave them money.
I sure did. And you know what? I feel like I'm finally starting to deserve all of the good things that are happening to me. Up to and including sex with you. So let's get it on.
Put your hands behind your back.
Hell yeah.
Get in here, I need backup.
You knew your ass was a freak. Girl, you brought your own toys?
1029.
And your own orgy. What's up? All right, no, wait. Let's just keep this boy-girl for the first half hour. You know? Then we revisit things. You know?
You're under arrest.
I was just kidding about revisiting things. That was just a little post-election lost humor. Oh, the jokes John Kerry made.
Jimmy, my name is not Veronica Farright. I'm Special Agent Wade with the Federal Election Commission, investigating corruption in city politics. The rumor that your old boss, Alderman Ray, had an illegal slush fund. And I didn't think that you'd be dirty, too.
Wait, no, I'm a Republican. I am not a crook.
Funneling campaign contributions to the union for their support, you have disgraced both McCain and Feingold. And that is the rare crime that cuts across both sides of the aisle. Get him out of here.
You just gotta listen. It was a gift. The bitch set me up.
So my question is, have you ever had one of those days?
I've had a hell of one. At the end of it all, I'm looking at losing my shop. Now, I like to think, hell, I know I'm a strong black man, but sometimes what makes you strong is being strong enough to ask for help. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So I'm asking. I need your help.
You make it sound like you're climbing a mountain. I'm your sister, Calvin. And I'm not even helping you. Not really. The trust fund my mom, our dad, set up is for you. So if this money helps you keep the shop until you figure out what to do about Ramadan, Dad would have wanted it this way.
So after all that nonsense, everything ended up cool. I got the money to pay back the loan and save the shop. And maybe that's the thing with bullshit. Sometimes you forget that it's just bullshit. And when things get hectic, you can't go crazy. You just gotta sit down, chill, and know that if you use the smarts that God gave you, everything's gonna work out fine in the end.
Calvin! Calvin! The police came. They raided the bed and breakfast, destroyed everything. They ran off all of our clients. It's gonna cost us a fortune to get the place back together. Meanwhile, we won't have any income. We'll default on our loan. I'll lose the business. Calvin, I need help.
Come here. Calvin, you ain't gonna believe what the hell just happened to me. What? Man, I got arrested. Arrested for doing something good. And now I gotta repay all of this money to my election fund, or all these judges don't send me to prison. Nigga, I can't go to a federal institution. I'm scared to stand in line with them dirty motherfuckers down at the DMV. And then I remember what you said about how the next time I needed you, you'd be there for me. No matter what, which is like a binding oral promise. So you just gotta find a way to give me the money that's gonna keep me out of prison.
What are you gonna do, Calvin?
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but it must have used the wrong call.